Hi everyone, welcome to Job Fever. So today we are going to understand how can we perform CRUD operation or CUD operation using Spring Boot and Hibernate. So this tutorial is related to CRUD operation in Spring Boot. So we are going to understand what operation we are going to perform in this tutorial. So firstly, we'll add the product. Okay, so this will be the create, and this will be next we will perform fetch all products which is already inserted in database, and R stand for read, and fetch product by product id, and then we'll fetch, then we'll update product, and then we'll delete product by id. Okay, so we are going to perform all these operations in this video tutorial. Okay, spring boot with hibernate. So you can say CRUD and CRUD, both are CRUD or CRUD, both are right. So C stands for create, R stands for read, U update stands for update, and D stands for delete. So we are going to write 5 REST APIs with the help of the Spring REST, and database we are going to use MySQL, and ORM we are going to use Hibernate. Okay, inside Spring Boot framework in Spring Boot environment. Uh, so we are going to take a product. Okay, so we are going to perform, we will take id, name, cost, and description. Okay, and we are going to perform add, update, delete, and read everything. So yeah, so let's get started. So now we are going to do coding part. So quickly let's create one spring boot project. Okay, and then, so I have already opened this Hibernate. Okay, so going to use a Spring Boot environment. So we'll create one Spring Boot project. So let's create one project with the help of this Eclipse. So I have already downloaded STS. So we'll get the environment to create a Spring Boot project inside Eclipse. Okay. So where is this? Not import. We are going to create. So let's new project, and then a Spring Starter project in a Spring Boot we will get, and then let's create. So name will be Spring Boot with Hibernate CRUD demo. Okay, so we are going to use this name, and group id will, I'm going to take com dot java fever artifact same. Okay, version will be same, demo project for spring boot with hibernate. Okay, demo project for spring boot with hibernate. Okay, and package we are going to take com dot java fever. Okay, this will be our base package. Okay, so we have chosen the name will be spring boot with hibernate root demo, and we are using going to use Maven for as a build tool, packaging jar, language jar, and java 17 we are going to use group artifact, group version, description, package, everything we have given. Now let's quickly create. So we have to add some dependencies. Okay, so firstly we are going to add a spring wave. Okay, then we are going to use MySQL driver. Okay, because we are going to use MySQL as database, and then okay, so we are going to use Hibernate, but environment we have to use this Spring Data JPA. Okay, so create a Spring Data JPA. So we are going to use all Hibernate methods to perform CRUD operation in Spring Boot. So now what we have to add next, Spring Web JPA driver, If you want to use, you can use dev tools. If you want to use lombok, then you can use, it's optional according to. Okay, so I have added all necessary dependency, spring, wave, jpa, driver, and spring boot dev tools. Okay, so let's create quickly spring boot project. So firstly we'll try to create all the package. Okay, and then we'll we'll do coding one by one. So let's quickly create package. So we are going to create package com.java.controller. Okay, so we write one controller class, and then com.javafever.service. Okay, and then com.javafever.dao, and com dot sorry, we are going to create package. So this is for class. So let's new package com dot java fever dot model. Okay, so now we have created controller package for controller, for do, for model, for service. Okay, so let's create first one model entity. Inside model class we are going to perform product related operation. Then we'll create one product class. Okay, so this is we are going to use as a entity class, so we'll make as entity. Okay, and then we have to provide the table name, then make it at with the table. So we are going to use at the table. Okay, and then table name we can write name equal to tbl employee, sorry, product, and then tbl. Okay, so we are going to write all variables private int id. This will be the product id, and then private string name. Okay, and then private string description. Okay, and then private, we can write cost also. So before description we can write private int cost. Okay, or if you want to use, you can use long. Okay, so we have written all the variables here which we are going to use inside product. And let's quickly create setters and getters method with the help of generate select all, and then after description. Okay, now we have created completed entity class, but we have to provide at the rate id for the primary key. Okay, and at the rate generated value we are going to, but because we are going to use generated value because we are going to generate id by default. Okay, and then at the rate id, sorry, at that column on the top of name, at the rate column on the top of cost, at the rate column on top of description. Okay, so we have done, we have created our entity class. So let's quickly create dao class and write the business logic. So write the persistence logic inside dao. So okay, this is done. Let's verify once. Entity table id generated value column everything is fine. Okay, so now create dao. So class product dao. Okay, then product dao i impl. Okay, so this will be the interface and interface. Okay, so product DA will be interface and product DA IMPL will be the class. Okay, so we'll write the all implementation class inside DA IMPL. Now for service, let's create class quickly. So firstly create interface employee product service interface. So product service interface, and then create one class product service IMPL. Let's quickly create product service IMPL. Okay, IMPL. So we'll try to follow maximum coding standard. And now let's create one controller class which is product controller. Product controller. Okay, so we have created all the necessary class which we are going to use inside. We are going to use for this CRUD operation. So now let's firstly write DAO. DAO. Okay, that means the data access object to perform add, update, delete. Okay, so let's. So we are going to perform add product, get all products. Okay, get product by ID, delete product, and update product. So firstly we are going to write all the method inside this interface so that it will be easy to write output. So product public void product, public void add product. Okay, so we'll take product add as a input. Okay, as a parameter. So let's import, and then public, we are going to fetch all the product which is available product. Okay, so get all products. Okay, so this is the method control shift O, and now public. So we write method to fetch by ID, get product by ID. Okay, so ID where, from where we'll get from parameter. Okay, so int ID, that means that this is the product ID. Okay, so now get product by ID is done. Now public update. Okay, public void update product. Okay, so this is also done. Now public, so for updating we are going to update by ID. Okay, firstly. Okay, so we'll take ID as a argument. Okay, and now public void we are going to delete. So delete by, we'll delete by ID. Okay, so delete product. Okay, so for we are going to delete by ID, so here we will take int ID. Okay, delete product. Here update we are going to not by ID. I think we have to provide all the product. We have to provide the object of product. Okay, which you want to update. Product ID, product name, product cost, product description, everything we have to provide. Okay, if you are going to update the product. So I have written all the method which we are going to implement it. Product DAO IMPL. Okay, for add product, for get all products. Okay, get product by ID, update product, and then delete product by ID. So let's implement all this inside this implementation. So implements product DAO. Okay, so let's implement all the unimplemented methods. Okay, so firstly we are going to write logic to add product. So how can we add product? So let's write logic to add product. So for that purpose we need we are going to use Hibernate methods. Okay, so for that purpose we need one class. Okay, one object of entity manager. Okay, so private in JPA we need repository, CRUD repository, and JP repository. But now we are going to use Hibernate related methods. So we need here entity manager. Okay, entity entity manager. Okay, so entity manager. So here we can make it small case. So how can we get? So we have to provide address auto on the top of the class variables on the top of the entity manager variables, and then this is the repository class. So we can make it at the rate repository to create bin of this dimpl. Okay, so now it's done. So we need session, okay, to perform add update delete, okay, for entity with the help of the entity manager. So this is we are going to use for Hibernate. So with Hibernate with MySQL. So MySQL related configuration we have to provide inside application.properties file, okay, to make connection between your database to database with your Hibernate. Okay, so let's write the. So I have done some. I will fetch the details from. I have already added the details in POC project, so I will copy from here everything. I will make you try to understand. Okay, so let's close it now. Main resource application properties. Okay, so let's paste here everything. Okay, so we are going to use data source URL. Okay, this is my MySQL URL. This is the DB I have created, Saurabh DB, and this is username root, password root, and driver class name we are going to use JDBC driver. So we have written here. This is Hibernate related some settings. Okay, some application properties 5, some properties. So for update, so if it will not get your tables. Okay, update it is created. It will update to show the query, and this is the for MySQL dialect. We are using going to use MySQL as a database here. Okay, so this is the configuration to make connection between your Hibernate with MySQL. Okay, so now it's done. So now let's quickly write repository. Okay, DAO logic. Okay, so now let's we were in DAO. Okay, so we have entity manager here. So with that of entity manager, we'll get session, and then we'll perform add update delete. So firstly, we are going to add. So firstly, we have to fetch the session. So session, how can we fetch? Is we'll get here session. So we are going to use Hibernate. Okay, so we'll use here Hibernate session. The session. How can we create? With the help of entity manager, we'll create the session. So we have entity manager dot. We have method to get session which is an unwrap method. Okay, so we'll get session with the help of this unwrap method, and here we have to provide the session dot class session dot class. So now we have session of this Hibernate session. Okay, so with the help of the session we can add update, we can perform add update delete. Okay, so now we have session. So session dot, we have method inside session which is save. So we are going to use this save method, and then we'll save. We are going to use this product variables which we are getting from parameter. Okay, so now with the help of this we'll be able to create product. Okay, so this will be inserted inside your DB. Okay, now we are going to get all products. Okay, so how can we do? We'll also write logic for this. Okay, so let's try with, there is no, let's try to. So firstly we have to create the session. Okay, so let's copy from session code from top, and with that of the session, let's try to fetch, there is any method to fetch all the inserted product. Okay, so here entity object id, so it's asking for object id, object id, object id, object id, object id in everywhere. an object id. Okay, so we have to use, we are going to use here, with the help of the query we are going to fetch all the products. Okay, because there is no many method to fetch all the products. Okay, so session, we are going to create the query. Okay, session dot create query, we have a create query method. Okay, create query, we are going to use criteria. Okay, so create query, we are going to, so here we have to write the query and response type. Okay, that means the your entity. So we are going to use this create query. Okay, so let's click, so we are going to, so from, we are going to write query from product. Okay, and here it's asking for entity class, so our entity class will be product dot class. Okay, so like this we can create the create query. Okay, and with the help of this query we will try to fetch data. Okay, all the products which is available inside our db. So session dot, we have one method to execute our query, which is session dot get result. Okay, session dot result list, session dot, this query we have to store inside this create query we have to inside query. Okay, so this, if you check the return type of this create query, then you will get the query. Okay, so we have to store inside this query. Okay, so this is the return type, it is a query. Everywhere you are getting query, so query. So now we have query product list of product. Okay, equal to, so now we have control shift o, let's import. So list product dot result, we are getting compile time exception. Let's check query, we should not get, why it's getting import query. Okay, okay, we are going to import hibernate query. Okay, because we are using hibernate here. Okay, so now we have list product dot result get result list. Okay, so this is the method to execute our query get result list. So we'll get all the product which is available inside db. Okay, in list format, and list we are going to store inside list of product. Okay, list of product. So here you can make it query. Okay, because this is the query, and then based on query will get the query dot get result list. Okay, so now we have list of products, so this one we can return with the help of return. Okay, so our method is done. Okay, so we have created one method to save the product, and second to fetch all the product which is already inserted in db. Okay, so we have done the both the methods. So let's check, let's create a service. Let's write service impl and controller for both the methods, then again we'll try to write do for get product by id, update product, and then delete product. So we are now going to, we have completed the do logic. Okay, for these methods. Okay, for add products and for get all products. So now we are going to write quickly, write service. Okay, so let's copy method all methods from this and paste inside product service. Okay, because same we are going to use. Okay, and let's implement all these things inside implement and write the business logic product service. Okay, so let's implement all the implementation class which is available, and here this is the service class, so make it address service to create a spring bin, and then we need here DAO. Okay, so private product DAO. Okay, so product DAO, so make it at the rate auto while on top of this variable product DAO variable, and then we have product DAO. Based on this product DAO we can perform add products. Okay, so here we'll pass the product and we'll be able to add products. And then what we have to do next, we have to, with the help of this product DAO, we'll fetch all the details. Okay, which is get all products. Okay, and all products, and we'll get this all products, and we can return these all products. And let's remove this not required. So we have written logic service layer for this add product and get product. So let's quickly write logic for controller. So we have controller class product controller. Okay, so let's make it at the rate rest controller, and then at the rate request mapping. Okay, so we are going to use here product. We are going to map this rest controller class with the help of product URI, and now we are going to write logic to add product. Okay, so how can we write? So public, or if you want to return anything product, then you can return public product and then add product. So we'll get product details from parameters. So here we can pass at the rate request body. We'll get from body, we'll get product details from body. Okay, so request body, and then product and product. Okay, so now we have to import this product. Now we need service reference service object of product service. So product create private product service at the rate auto wire, and then we have service. So we can make it service dot add products, and products we can pass from service, and we can return here product. Okay, product, so we are returning same product that we are getting from request. Okay, so this is done. So here we can map this method with the help of request mapping. So this is post method, so we can, let's use something valid which is post mapping, and then write the URL by which you want to map. So we are going to map with the help of the add product. Okay, add product, so product and then add product in mapping we'll get. So now this is done, the method is done for add product inside product controller. Now write the method to fetch all products. So now write the REST APIs to fetch the all products. So public will get list of product. Okay, so our return type will be public list of product get all products. Okay, so yeah, so we'll not get anything inside parameter because we are going to fetch all the product which is available inside db. Okay, so let's map this with the help of at the rate get mapping. This is the get, so we can make it at the get mapping. We can use request mapping also instead of post mapping and get mapping, but better to use get mapping if it is get api, post mapping if it is post api. So now this is get api, so get all products. Okay, so let's quickly import this list and then service dot get all products and then return this. Okay, so now we have written the rest apis for get all products also. Okay, so it's done. So let's quickly run and check, are we able to add the product and are we able to fetch all the products. Then we write the remaining methods. So let's quickly run. So this is our, so we are going to run with the help of main class. This is a main class, so run as a spring boot application. So let's start it. So we have started this with port number 8080. Okay, let's, okay, so let's run and check, are we able to product, everything is fine here. We have put it at the rate repository on top of repository class, we have put it at the rate service on the top of service class, and we have entity class where it is available inside model. We have entity class which is product. Okay, so everything is fine. So let's hit this url product and then add products. This is the post. Firstly we are going to hit with the help of the post api. So let's create one new. So now we are going to add, so now we are going to hit this endpoint which is add product. Okay, so this is our request body we are going to send from post api. We are sending name, keyboard, cost 300 and description in order, and this is our complete rest endpoint. So now let's hit and try to check, are we getting the response or not. So let's hit, yeah, we are getting id1, keyboard and cost and description. So let's check in db, are we able to get or not. So this is Saurabh db which I'm using in our spring boot with spring boot hibernate with mysql, at a time of connection between mysql with hibernate. Okay, so let's refresh it. Okay, so this is, we have product table. Okay, so let's open and check, are we getting data or not. Yeah, we are getting id and cost 300 and in description in stock and name, we are getting keyboard. Okay, so we are able to store, we are able to add product detail inside our db. Okay, so let's hit again, let's add new product. Okay, so we are not providing an id, so id is auto generating because we are using at the rate generated value on the top of at the rate id and at the rate generated value on the top of primary key. Okay, on the top of id product id. So let's insert another product which is mouse. I'm going to insert, then price of mouse will be 100 and this is out of stock. Okay, so let's out of stock. So let's add and check, are we able to add or not. Yeah, so the mouse has been added. Okay, with id 2. Okay, 2 is auto generating and then mouse product name cost 100 and description out of stock. So this ad is auto generating because we have put it, we have put it generated value, okay, strategy is equal to generation type dot identity. Okay, so it's generating automatically, so id is generating automatically, so no need to provide id from request body. Okay, so let's check. We have added another product id, which is two mouse, cost 100 and out of stock. So let's check, are we getting or not. So yeah, second, we have added mouse, and id is 2, cost is 100, and description is out of stock. Let's add another product, which is headphone. Okay, and now 500, and it is out of stock also. Okay, send again, add. Okay, so this headphone is also added with id 3, name headphone, cost 500 and out of stock. Let's check, is it added in database or not. Yeah, added. So we have three products now in db. Okay, so let's fetch all the products with the help of get api. We have already exposed this get api. So this is our product controller. So what will be the url? So url will be get all products. Okay, so this one we are going to hit from, okay, hit from postman. Okay, so this, that will be get api. Okay, so let's create once get api. Okay, so this is our last endpoint, and we'll copy from root url, will copy from previous. Okay, so we have this api endpoint url, and now we are going to hit, because this is get api, so no need to provide any body. Okay, so let's hit and check, are we getting all products or not. Yeah, we are getting id1, id2 and id3. We are getting keyboard, mouse and headphone. Okay, so we are able to description also, in stock, out of stock and out of stock. So we are able to fetch all the products which we have already inserted in db, while adding product details with the help of add rest endpoint. Okay, at the head of add product rest endpoint. So we have done, we have tested two apis. Okay, all are working fine. One api we have tested for the add product, and another api we have tested for the get all products. Okay, so now we are going to write three more apis. So that will be for get product by id, delete product and update product. Okay, so let's continue our code. Okay, so firstly we have to write in do, we are going to write. So we have already written two method. Okay, add product and get all products. So we are going to write logic for this get product by id, update product and delete product. Okay, so let's, so how can we fetch product by id. Okay, so we have session. Okay, so firstly we copy session code from top. Okay, and now we have session. So with the help of session we can fetch. So here we can do session dot, we have already get method to fetch. Okay, so here we have to provide the entity type and object id. So id will be here primary key. Okay, so we are going to use this get method. Okay, so here class entity type, that means that what is our entity name. So product dot class will be our entity name, product dot class. So we have to provide a class. Okay, and here get, that means that what we have to provide here. So here we have to provide id. Okay, so id will take from argument. Okay, so we have pasted a id, and then we'll get in session, we'll get what we'll get, what is the return type of session. Let's check. So this is t generic. Okay, so let's type t, so we can make it anything. So here our response type will be so, or directly we can return from here. Okay, ret return. Okay, we can remove this. Okay, so from here we can get product. Okay, by id. Okay, so this is done. So now we are going to write da logic. Okay, data our repository logic to update. So how can we update? So for updation purpose, there's no any. Okay, so we can do with the help of the save or update. Okay, so how can we do? So let's check. Previously we have saved, we have added the add the product with the help of save method. Okay, so if we use save or update, then it will be save also. Okay, it will be updated also. So here we can use this save or update method to update. Okay, if you want to use uh, one method to both, to add the product and update the product, you can use. Or if you want to use separate a separate method to update the product, then you can also use. So we are going to use save or update method. Okay, so for with the help of this save or update, we can update. Okay, so if it is, okay, this is deprecated method. Okay, you can use. So like this we can save or update. So how can we, how it will understand it is, we are going to save or we are going to update. Okay, so if you are saving, that means the you are creating the product, you are creating the product. So at the time of creating the product, we are not providing here any id. Okay, so we provide only product name, product cost, product description, and id will be generated. So if id is not available, then it will understand this save or update method will understand this is this is for saving purpose. Okay, that means that we are creating the we haven't any primary key, so we are creating the new product. Okay, so only save will work here. Okay, and at the time of update, we have to provide the id. Okay, product id, product name, everything we have to provide. So at that time, with the help of that id, so it will with the help of that id, that means id is a primary key here. So with the help of id, it will update your product. Okay, so both, for both the purpose, we can use save or update. Okay, so now save or update method we are using to update our product. Okay, so like this we can update product. Okay, with the help of the save or update method. So now we are going to write logic to delete product. So how can we do? So we are going to fit get this session. Okay, so with the help of this code we can get the session, and now we have session, then we can perform session dot, we have method, delete method to. Okay, if you, so here we have to provide the object, but we want to delete by id. So how can we do? So firstly we are going to fetch the available. Okay, available product by id. Okay, so get product by id. Okay, so with the help of the id we can fetch the product details. Okay, so session dot get. So we have already written how can we fetch. So we can copy code from here to fetch data. How can we fetch? Okay, so like this we can fetch. So we have data, and type of data will be, type of product will be product. Okay, so we can make it product. So now we have product which we have fetched the, with the help of id. Okay, so now we have product, and now this product I want to delete. Okay, so how can we delete? So we have one method which is, we can use session dot delete. Okay, so here we have to provide the object which we want to delete. So here we are going to provide a product. Okay, so this one we are going to delete. So now delete product. So for deleting the product we are using session dot delete, and now the product will be deleted. Okay, and we are not returning anything, so return type is our void here. So our all the methods are completed. Okay, in product DAO IMPL. So we have also written get product by ID, update product, and delete product. Okay, so let's implement service IMPL. Okay, in product service we have already given everything. Okay, so these are all the method we have implemented. So now we have to call all the methods from methods. Okay, from service IMPL method. So get product by ID. So how can we call? So we have to call from product DAO. So we'll copy product DAO dot get product by id. Okay, so like this it will be called automatically. And now we are going to, what we are going to do? So product dao we are going to update, so product do dot update product. Okay, so like this we can do. And now again we are going to do product do dot delete product, okay, by id. So this is also done. So now service IMPL is done. So now we are going to write controller for edit method. So firstly we are going to write controller to fetch product by id. Okay, so now let's write how can we do. So public product, because we have to get the product. Okay, so public product and get product by id. Okay, so id will get from path path variable. Okay, so we are going to here write path path variable. Okay, int and id. So id will fetch from path variable, and then we'll write this service dot get product by id. Okay, and then from here we can return return. Okay, so we have returned. So now we are going to map this. So how can we map? So we this is get method, so we can use this get mapping. Okay, and we can change the url. So get product, we can write get product, and we are going to fetch product by id. So we can provide this, okay, path variables to fetch id from uri. Okay, so here we are going to id. Okay, so we can make it here id. Okay, for better understanding you can also write product id. Okay, and this product id will be fetched with the help of path variable annotations, and then we are passing here as a parameter. So now this method is also done. So let's expose next method, which is to update. Okay, so update product. So how can we update? So after updation you want to, so public product get update product. Okay, so how we are going updating the product? So here we have to update product. So here you will get the product from request body. So here you have to provide request body product details. You will get from request body product variable and product. Okay, so service, we are going to do service dot update product, and this is product name. Okay, and at last it will return product. So we are returning same product which we are getting from which we are getting from request body product. Okay, so like this we have written the method to update the product. Now we are going to map, so we can use at that put mapping to map this this endpoint. Okay, because we are going to update the product details, so we can use put mapping, and here we can provide the update product. Okay, and this product will get from the request body, and now this will be updated. So now let's quickly write. So this is also done. Update is also done. So delete, how can we delete product? So how can we delete? So for that purpose, public product, if you want to return which one you have deleted. Okay, and then update. So here we are going to delete by id. Okay, so return type will be void. Okay, and delete by, okay, delete product. So for deleting product, we are going to delete by id. Okay, so string id will get from path variable. This will be id int id. Okay, so that this id from where we'll get from path variable. So we can make it with the help of that path variable. We can fetch, and after getting id we can pass this id in service method, which is delete product, and we have id. Okay, and we have done this method, but we have to map this method to how can we map. So for that purpose we can use delete mapping, and we have to provide the url to delete. So delete product. So like this we can delete. Okay, and we have to provide the id. Okay, which one you want to delete, so we have to provide inside path. So product id we have to provide to delete which product you want to delete. So from path variable we will provide. So instead of using query string, you can use path variable. It will be better, it will be good to use. Okay, it will be always better. Yeah, so like this we have exposed all the methods. Okay, get product by id, update product, and delete product. Okay, so let's run and check, are we able to get product by id or update or delete or not. Okay, so let's quickly check. So we have first. Okay, so we are going to delete first. We are going to fetch by id. Okay, so we are going to provide here 2. Okay, so let's provide 2. So get product. So what is the uri for to get one? So we can fetch get product. Okay, and we can paste here get product, and we have to provide the product id by path variable. So here we can provide the which one you want to pass, fetch mouse. You want mouse details. So product id for mouse is 2, so we are going to provide 2 here. So let's hit. Yeah, we are getting id 2 mouse and cost 100, and we are getting description which is out of stock. So with that of the get all products we have faced. So we have id 1 which is keyboard, id 2 which is mouse, and id 4 which is headphone. So now we are going to delete fourth element which is headphone. So how can we delete? So we are going to use delete api. Okay, so we have delete api. So let's copy this delete endpoint from rest controller. Where is rest controller? Yeah, this one is the product controller. So this is our delete api by which we can delete. So let's delete with the help of id. So delete product we have to pass. Okay, so let's create one new api to hit from postman. So this is delete, and this will be the method level, and we can copy this root uri from here, and this will be the delete product. Okay, and we are going to delete product by id. So we are going to delete fourth one. Okay, so we have 3 products. First id is 1, second id is 2, and third id is 4. So we are going to delete fourth product. Okay, which is headphone. We are going to delete here. So let's hit and delete. Are we able to delete or not? So let's delete. So we are getting here no entity manager with actual transaction available for current thread. So we are not able to delete. Okay, we are getting exception. So how can we? So we are going to. Okay, it's asking for transaction. Okay, so we are going to put at the transaction on the top of service. Okay, so it's not allowing to delete. So we are going to put. We have product service IMPL. So in all the methods we are going to put at the transactional. Okay, it will be better to use other transaction on the top of. So don't use this other transaction of we are using as Hibernate. So use other transaction of Hibernate. Okay, so you can use this one. You can use Spring Boot other transactional. Okay, so we import this one. Okay, so let's remove transactional. Yes. So put at the transaction on the top of your delete. Okay, we use this spring framework transactional. So put at the transaction on top of every service method. Okay. Okay, now let's delete and check are we able to delete or not. So let's hit again and check. Yeah, we are getting 200 response. That means we are able to delete fourth product. Okay, which was headphone. So let's verify once are we able to delete. So let's hit get all products and check. Yeah, we have deleted headphone successfully. Now we have two products. First is keyboard, second is mouse. So if you want to delete again another product which is mouse, then you can delete. If you want to delete a keyboard, so you have to provide one id one, then it will be deleted. So let's provide one. Okay, so one id will be deleted. So let's send. So now we are getting 200 request response. That means the uh, product id is deleted, product id one is deleted. So let's check verify once get all, then of the get all products standard point. Yeah, we're getting only product id 2 which is mouse, and we have deleted the keyboard also. Okay, so now get api is working fine. Now we are going to check update api, are we able to update or not. So now this mouse is out of stock. Okay, so now we have mouse in stock, so how can we update. So let's copy this response and we'll use as a request in update api. So we are going to use update api. So at the place of get all products we can use update. Okay, so update product. So for updating product we have to provide the request body. Okay, so we are going to provide request body. This is json, and we are going to provide request body which is id to we want to update mouse and cost. Now we have mouse but cost will be 200, and now we have mouse in stock. Okay, so we have mouse but cost is 200. So we are going to update our mouse details. Okay, product mouse details. So now it should be cost should be 200 in the seat of 100, and description should be in stock. So let's update. Let's hit this API and then check are we able to update or not. Yeah, we are getting two mouse ID two mouse, and then cost 200 and description. So let's verify once because we are returning only request from our response. Okay, what we are sending we are returning same. Okay, so let's verify with the help of the get all product API. Okay, so now cost should be 200 and description in stock. So let's get all products. Okay, so now okay cost we are getting 200, and we are getting stock, we are getting description in stock. That means the our mouse is available now and cost is 200. So we are able to update also. So if you want to change any version of mouse, okay, then how can we so let's update again. So we are going to mouse 1.2, we are going to mouse latest, we are going to change mouse name. So now mouse name will be mouse Apple mouse. We are going to Apple mouse. Okay, so now mouse name is Apple mouse. So let's update and check. So here we are getting Apple mouse. Let's quickly fetch all the details with the help of get API. Okay, so now yeah we are getting here id2 mouse is Apple mouse, industry of mouse is getting Apple mouse, cost is 200 and description is in stock. So we are able to update also. Okay, so we have done all the APIs. Okay, all the 5 APIs. So first we have done add product, then we have fetch all the product with them get all products API, and then we have done get products by id, and fetch product by id, and then we have updated product, and then we have deleted the product. So we have done all the 5 APIs. Okay, which was necessary in CRUD operation: create, read, update and delete. So I hope you understood all this point. Okay, so we have tried to use Hibernate method inside a Spring Boot environment, okay, with MySQL database. So hope you understood all the points. If there is any doubt, so please let me know in comment section. So we'll try to understand together and we'll learn together. So thanks for watching everyone. So if you're loving my effort, please like, share, and subscribe. Bye everyone.